Our next speaker, I met years ago working at WEDR Radio. She was in the school system from teacher to principal. She has always been about being a voice for the voiceless. She has always been a community advocate. She started, I believe, with the school system, and now she is a member of the United States Congress. You often see her with her signature hat, and under that hat is a brilliant mind. And the 5,000 Role Model Program, which started as the 500 Role Model Program, and just a number of initiatives that we have in South Florida and Miami-Dade County now. She brings them to a national level. I said she's the voice for the voiceless, very articulate and very concerned about our community. You often see her on television when you see C-SPAN and other various shows. A wonderful individual. I'm not going to steal her thunder because she has some special guests that she is going to bring to town this coming weekend, and we'll see you on Saturday. So without the further doubt, please stand up and give a big round of applause for our Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, District 24.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, Rodney, for that introduction. You're always on target and on task, and I thank you for always being here for the community. I'm honored to bring greetings to you on behalf of Florida's Congressional District and my more than 600,000 constituents, and to bring you greetings from the United States Capitol, where I'm so proud to serve with the first Black president of the United States, President Barack Obama. In fact, I was just on the phone with the White House. The president will be here Thursday, and they were asking me that I want to ride with him on Air Force One to Miami. And I said, excuse me? I am in Miami. So they said, well, you can fly here and then ride with, I said, I don't think so. So I want to say that I'm really proud of the work that OIC of South Florida is doing to strengthen the middle class in my community. And I want to thank Man for All Seasons, who has come to visit me in Washington, D.C., Mr. Newton Salmon, President, for inviting me. You have done a tremendous job, and I want you to know that. This community appreciates that. And of course, our Secretary of Labor and his staff, they all appreciate all of the work that you are doing with us. I want to recognize the chairman of the board, Attorney George Allen. He is the epitome of a stalwart for civil rights and human rights. I've known him forever. Where is he? Okay, thank you, thank you. I serve on the House Committee on Workforce and Education, and I'm the ranking member on the subcommittee on workforce protections. So that means my focus in Congress is on educating our children and making sure that their parents can pay for their college. And my mantra in Congress has always been jobs, jobs, jobs. That's because I'm always working to create more jobs and better paying jobs for all Americans and to raise the minimum wage. I'm also a co-founder of the Full Employment Caucus in Congress with Representative Conyers, and the mission of that caucus is not only to end unemployment, but we have to make sure that the Americans receive quality pay for quality work. The labor movement is more about dignity than it is about pay. In the words of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., no work is insignificant. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity. My daddy, who was a small business owner and looked up in our community, he was a community leader, instilled in me three very important things: education, voting, and working. He taught me that if you focused on those three areas, you could change the world around you. So I'm saying to all of you who are in this room today, make sure that you register to vote. That's one of the most important things that you have to do. You have to register to vote. In fact, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, members of the Congressional Black Caucus will be in Miami and Fort Lauderdale to encourage people who look like me to register and, above all, to get out and vote, because that is our responsibility. If you do not vote, you do not have a voice. So I'm saying to you now, you must do that. On the first point that my father taught me about education, as a former teacher, principal, and the founder of the 5,000 Role Models of Excellence, I've committed my life to education. And on the second and third points, that's voting, these points are why I have been effective in Congress. I've learned how to work across party lines and to get people to listen. I learned how to do that on the school board, and I really learned how to do it in the Florida Senate. I went to Congress to work for more jobs, better jobs, and safer jobs. And I'm always fighting for you in Congress. And as your fighter, I know that America, as the richest country in the history of man, has the ability to create a job for every able-bodied person. And I've always felt that if every person who wanted to work had a job, we would have no deficit, because everyone would be working and paying taxes. I have introduced several jobs bills in Congress, including President Barack Obama's Jobs Bill, which I called, you guessed it, the Jobs, Jobs, Jobs Act. The Jobs, Jobs, Jobs Act will create thousands of jobs by funding improvements and expansions to America's aging infrastructure. I will keep working to pass bills that create jobs using the resources we already have. We can always pay American workers more just by refocusing our priorities. As a former educator, I don't think that our teachers and educators are appreciated enough. I have long said that teacher pay should start at $50,000 a year, and that's just the start. That's just the beginning. We have to show our appreciation for the work that is done by teachers, because we expect our schools to be the answer for everything. If we have little children who are overweight, we say it's obesity, so let's change the school menus. We never say let's change all of the fast food restaurants or what the mother is cooking at home. So we have to make sure that our teachers are compensated. We can do it if we have the will, but we can't do it alone. I call myself the people's warrior, a voice for the voiceless. But I can only lead. I can't beat all of Congress. I need you. I need each of you to be a part of my army. Get involved in your prosperity. Get involved in creating your brighter future. Come and visit me in Washington, D.C., like OIC has been doing. I love it when South Floridians visit me. And the chairman of our county commissioner, Mr. Monestein, comes to visit me every year. In fact, he just left from the CBC. It makes me feel at home when you come to D.C. What many people don't know is that I basically live in D.C. now as a member of Congress, so when we have guests from down here, it's like getting an update from home. You can come and tell me what's happening and bring me up to date. I need you, and I need you to stand with me. We all recall the March on Washington, and the power of the march was that when you looked out over the Washington Mall, all you could see was an ocean of humanity demanding dignity and respect. You all need to come to D.C. and stage a middle-class march. A middle-class march for the millennium, and I will be right at the forefront with you. Thank you again for inviting me, and God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.